In the real estate brokerage business, the clients are represented by two separate yet equally important parties. The agent representing the seller and the agent representing the buyer. Here are their stories.
Welcome to another episode of Law and Contracts. Today's episode is going to be centered around paragraph 7 regarding property condition. Now, there are tons of stories that we could use as an example of this paragraph that goes wrong, but one in particular I think explains it very well. There was a buyer who was walking through the property with the intention of making an offer on the property. There was a stain on one of the countertops in the bathroom, and the buyer did not ask for any kind of replacement of the countertop or any adjustment, repair to it. However, after the contract was accepted, the buyer, after the inspection, put on the list of repairs that they wanted was to replace the countertop in the bathroom. Now, paragraph 7 regarding property condition gives you two options. You can either accept the property as is, or you can accept the property as is with certain repairs. Repairs that you know the buyer is going to want when they're writing the contract should be written in that line item. Just because a buyer is accepting a property as is without repairs doesn't mean that after the inspection the buyer can't ask for repairs. They can certainly negotiate those. But if a buyer is walking through a property and they know that there is an item that they are going to want repaired, they should note it on the original offer. It's not fair to a seller, and it doesn't result in a good transaction if the buyer is just going to keep a list of things that they're going to want to have done only to come in with a lower price and then nickel and dime a seller after the contract is executed. Make sure that when you're working with a buyer, they fully understand the purpose of property condition and what it means to accept it as is and what it means to accept it as is with certain repairs listed in the offer. That is it for today's episode. We hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Law and Contracts.